we'll look back at what we did for the whole Budokai series, tip our hat, and say goodbye to an old friend. The first Tenkaichi game is easily the most nostalgic for me. I grew up on this game, and it's easily the reason for me starting all of this. I could easily remember watching my brother play this game all day, looking at all the cool characters and badass attacks that this game had updated so much. Funny enough, I was scared to even tackle this story as a kid since one of the beginning fights is having to survive against Grade 8 Vegeta, and that scared the shit out of me each time. There's also a combination of difficulty and being a dumb little kid, but still, this game fascinated me in the world of Dragon Ball. I feel like it worked so well in creating a sense of urgency during the story, a sense of fantasy during the World Tournament, and even a good challenge during the special game mode. I absolutely adore this game, so I'm excited to talk about it the most, but we're still going to cruise through it as it doesn't carry a lot. Starting off on the first Tenkaichi story, we can luckily skip the tutorial area since there isn't any, and most items we need to get are just obtained from completing the game. I'll comment straight away on the Mr. Popo appearance and say, hey, it was the early 2000s, let it go. Another thing is the badass intros by the voice actor for King Kai. He sets the scenario for what we're getting into, and the music just adds into it so much, it puts you in this fighting mentality that whatever you're doing is actually saving the universe. The other cool part about every area is the way they're organized, since this time they're put into these gates in which they belong in. Kinda feels like a way back predecessor to the Xenoverse, but that could be me. It would be weird if I also didn't mention the new fighting style, as it changes from 2-dimensional 360, I don't really know what to call it. The point is, it's different. It took me a while to get used to it, since before that I was playing a bunch of Budokai 2 and 3, so moving all around the place and flying in any direction you wanted just kinda threw me off. Another addition, since I need to mention them, is the Dragon Balls that are also here, and by being opposite of the character's moral code and destroying everything in the map, you can find these giant oranges. Super cool, and the wishes are even cooler, since we can actually earn characters like Master Roshi and even get Grade 8 Vegeta. I'll get into the characters in this game probably around the World Tournament, but for now, the roster is fucking sick. Back to actually completing the story, since there's more fights which are mostly reversed or different characters that were around for them, there's a bunch to complete, and that doesn't stop whenever you bring up the different objective story missions. Either way, getting through the base story was good enough for me, which brings up the what ifs, and oh my god did they get better. We luckily get an inclusion of Baby, Super 17, and even Janemba, which is crazy to think since Budokai 3 didn't even touch the surface of what this game has included in its roster, but I'm pretty sure its story makes up for all of that. The real what if that is actually really cool to see is one where you fight as all the different villains and their rivals in the story, and it gives a little story of what if every villain were to win each of these fights. As tough as these were, beating them were super satisfying, and just learning what direction the story could go after winning